The captain gave the order and the ship moved away from the creature, but the creature was catching up, and when it reached the ship, it started to circle around us. Round and round and round it went, almost as if it were making fun of us. And then, just as quickly, it moved away. The creature played this game for some time, moving quickly toward us and then moving away. It was playing. It was playing a game with us just as a cat plays with a mouse. Then suddenly it seemed to go under the ship and come out on the other side. Our captain didn't know what to do. He had never seen anything like this before. None of us had. "I cannot risk the ship," he said to me. "I have to keep us safe until the light of day arrives." It was the most terrifying thing I had ever seen. Nobody slept that night, even though toward midnight the creature seemed to disappear. Had it run away? An hour later, our question was answered. We all heard a sound. A terrifying sound from the ocean. It sounded like 1,000 whales calling. The captain called Ned Land immediately. "Could you strike it with your harpoon if it got near enough?" he asked. "Certainly, sir," replied Ned. Soon the light reappeared, about 5 miles from the ship. We were still waiting for the light of day. The captain started to make preparations for an attack. But when the day arrived, the dark was replaced by fog. It was still impossible to see. Suddenly, just like the day before, Ned Land's voice could be heard. "I can see it," he said again. A mile and a half from the ship, we could see something long and black. It was enormous, about 250 feet long. "How can something so big move so fast?" I heard someone say. But there was no time to answer this question. The time had arrived, and the ship went straight toward the creature. But once again, the creature started to play its cruel game of cat and mouse. This time it allowed us to get near, and then it swam away at a terrifying speed. The ship kept increasing its speed. Could it get any faster without breaking up? I'd never seen a ship move so fast, but the creature always seemed to be able to adjust and to move faster. The game continued for about an hour. Ned was ready to attack with his harpoon. A few times it looked like he would get an opportunity to strike, but the creature always seemed to speed off at the last moment. By midday, we were still in the same situation. The captain was feeling humiliated. He ordered the guns to be made ready. When they were ready, the guns were fired. The sound was heard by everybody, and the crew cheered when it seemed that they had hit this incredible creature. This was the moment they had been waiting for. Surely the beast had been defeated. They waited, but their cheers soon turned to groans. The impact didn't seem to hurt the animal in any way. The beast was still alive. Hours passed with no progress. The captain and his ship didn't give up until night, when we lost sight of the creature. Would we ever see it again? It was nearly 11 when that familiar light appeared again. This time the light remained fixed on the water. Was the creature sleeping? It didn't move. The Abraham Lincoln slowly crept up to the sleeping creature, and Ned Land prepared himself again with his harpoon. We moved closer and closer. Ned's arm straightened, and then he threw his harpoon. It flew through the air and reached its target. We all heard the sound. Clang! Ned's harpoon had hit something, and the sound echoed around us. The skin of this creature is really hard, I thought. Fascinating. My thoughts were interrupted, however, as the light coming from the creature went out, and the water started to flow out of it toward the ship. The water hit the ship with tremendous force, and the ship started to rock. The ship moved from side to side. I tried to hold on, but I couldn't. I lost my balance, and I fell into the deep sea. Splash! It was such a surprise that I can't remember how I fell. I found myself with my head just above the water. I looked around in a panic. Left, and then right again. But I couldn't see the ship. It was very dark. I kept my eyes open, and then in the distance I saw the Abraham Lincoln disappearing over the horizon. I realized then that I was lost, abandoned. "Help! Help!" I shouted into the darkness. But there was nobody there to hear me, nobody to help me. That didn't stop me from shouting. What else was I to do? "Help!" I shouted again. This was my last cry. My mouth was filling with water, and I was going down. Just as I thought everything was lost, I felt a strong hand pulling me up above the water again. Then I heard these words, "Sir, hold my arms." I knew that voice. It was Conseil. "Conseil," I said, "did you fall in the sea as well?" "No, sir, I saw you fall in, so I followed you." "And the ship?" "It is in a bad way. I heard a sailor say that it had been damaged just before I jumped in after you. I'm afraid it will not be able to save us, sir." "Then all is lost," said I. We only had one chance. Maybe one of the ship's small boats would pick us up.
Mouse, mouse, mouse.
Impact, impact, impact. Tremendous, tremendous, tremendous. Fascinating, fascinating, fascinating. Echo, echo, echo. Terrify, terrify, terrify.
Humiliate, humiliate, humiliate.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. Groan, groan,